Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Spectrum Classes. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss some numerical problems that are based on hardness of water. But before discuss about the numerical problem, one must know what is called hardness. So hardness is, in layman language, one can describe the hardness as if the water form leather with the soap, then such water is called as soft water, and if it doesn't do so, then such kind of water is known as hard water. In other words, if we say the water which is having dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium like bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, calcium sulfate, calcium, magnesium chlorides, calcium, magnesium nitrates, etc. salts more than the limited values, then such type of water is known as hard water, whereas which has optimum value, that water is known as soft water. But here, the one thing which is important to know, distilled water is something else. Soft water have some dissolved salts, but distilled water do not have any kind of salt. So this type of water which is having more than the optimum value of calcium and magnesium dissolved salts, that is known as hard water. And hardness of water is of basically two types. One is temporary hardness, and such type of hardness is caused by the bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. This is called temporary hardness because this temporary hardness can be removed simply by boiling. So the reactions which are involved in this temporary hardness are represented over here. Here, this is the calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, and these two salts on heating will convert into calcium carbonates and magnesium carbonate plus water and carbon dioxide. Since carbon dioxide is a gas, so it is evolved from the water, and calcium, magnesium carbonates are insoluble salts, so they are settled down at the bottom of the vessel. So that is why this type of or bicarbonate hardness is also known as temporary hardness. The second type of hardness is permanent hardness. The permanent hardness is caused by the dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium, chlorides, sulfates, nitrates, etc. And these are called as permanent hardness because such type of salts cannot be removed simply by boiling. Special methods are required to remove these soluble salts from the water. Total hardness is the sum of the temporary and the permanent hardness. One more thing which I bring to your notice, and it is important question which has been asked in the Viva, that is calcium and magnesium carbonates do not cause any kind of hardness because these are insoluble salts. The hardness which is present in the water sample, that is represented on calcium carbonate scale of hardness. So what is this calcium carbonate scale of hardness and why we are using this calcium carbonate scale to represent the hardness which is present in the water is defined as, the reasons are, it is available in water all around first. Secondly, its molecular and equivalent weight are 100 and 50 respectively, and both are in whole numbers, so it is easy to calculate the hardness in this scale. And the next one is, it is the most insoluble salt that can be precipitated in water treatment. So these are the reasons why we generally represents the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate scale. The formula which is used to calculate the calcium carbonate scale of hardness is this. Here, degree of hardness at calcium carbonate scale is equal to weight of salt causing hardness divided by molecular weight of the salt causing hardness multiplied by molecular weight of calcium carbonate, which is 100. So I have written 100 and in brackets molecular weight of calcium carbonate. Now, the important thing is that what are the units of the hardness? So, there are several units of the hardness. One is parts per million. Parts per million means one part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 10 raised to the power 6 parts of water. It can also be represented as 1 ppm is equal to one part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. You please remember this equivalent means hardness may be caused by some other salt, but at this scale, it is equivalent to calcium carbonate in 10 raised to the power 6 parts of water. The next unit is milligrams per liter. Milligram per liter is defined as the number of milligrams of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 liter of water. It can also be represented as 1 milligrams of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 1 liter of water. This 1 milligram per liter is exactly equal to the 1 ppm. Now you may ask the question how it can be. If we have already discussed this here, that one part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 10 raised to the power 6 parts of water. So here one can calculate that 1 liter of water exactly equals to the 1 kilograms, and this 1 kilogram can be converted into the grams, and further it can be converted into the milligrams. And if we convert 1 kilogram, then we get 10 raised to the power 6 milligrams, which is equal to 1 milligram in 10 raised to the power 6 milligrams, that is parts per million. The next is Clark's degree or degree Clark's, and it can be represented is as degree CL. So how it is represented, please try to remember this. And this degree Clark is parts of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 70,000 parts of water. So 1 degree Clark is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 70,000 parts of water. The next is degree French. So it is represented as degree French, the number of parts of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 10 raised to the power 5 parts of water. So here in degree French it is 10 raised to the power 5 parts, but in ppm it is 10 raised to the power 6 parts. So 1 degree French is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness per 10 raised to the power 5 parts of water. And these all units can be correlated in this formula. 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per liter, which is equal to 0.1 degree French is equal to 0.07 degree Clarks. And if we equate this in 1 degree Clark, then we always get 1.43, 14.3, 14.3 milligrams. So in either way, one can convert all these units accordingly as it has been asked in the question. Now, the first numerical problem. In this numerical, first we will identify what has been asked. So, the calculate the temporary hardness. So, first is temporary hardness. Second, permanent magnesium hardness. The third is total permanent hardness and total hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent in a water sample containing the following salts per liter. Volume is given over here. So these are the salts: calcium bicarbonate 12.2, magnesium sulfate, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, sodium sulfate, and their atomic weights are given over here. So just to save some time, I have made a table in which name of the salts which are causing hardness and amount of these salts which are dissolved in 1 liter of water sample, their molecular weights of the salts. So it has already been written over here, and now we have to calculate the amount equivalent to calcium carbonate, which I have mentioned in the earlier slide. So amount equivalent to calcium carbonate we have to determine over here. So the formula which we will use as we discussed in the previous slide is here: weight of the salt which causing hardness divided by its molecular weight. So 12.2 divided by 162, and at calcium carbonate scale we have to multiply it by its molecular weight. So multiplied by 100. 12.2 divided by 162 multiplied by 100, and we will get 7.53. 7.53. The next one is 8.2 divided by 146 into 100. This is, I can write in the brackets. So this will be is equal to 5.61. In the same way, we can calculate the other ones. So here what we will get? We will get 4.67, then 6.52 milligrams per liter, and then 7.57. These all are in milligrams per liter, right? So here we are not calculating for this sodium sulfate because the sodium sulfate will not cause any kind of hardness to the water. Now, what has been asked in this question? Now we have to calculate that. So first is temporary hardness. So what is temporary hardness? As we discussed earlier, bicarbonate salts. So we have to add this and this. So what is the temporary hardness? So temporary hardness will be equal to 13.14. The next is permanent magnesium hardness. So here you have to first check your question. So permanent magnesium hardness. Magnesium hardness is this much over here, but it has been asked permanent magnesium hardness. So these two salts will cause the permanent hardness. So that will be is equal to the sum of these two will be is equal to 11.19 milligrams per liter. The third one is total permanent hardness. So total permanent hardness will be due to this magnesium sulfate. Here it is the third one. So the sum of all these three values will be 18.76, and this will not cause any kind of hardness. And the third one is total hardness. So total hardness will be equal to the sum of all these. Sum of all these will be is equal to its total hardness. Total hardness. So total hardness will be equal to total hardness at calcium carbonate scale will be say 13.14 plus 18.76 in short, and this will gives us 31.9 grams per milligrams per liter. The next problem will be a water sample contains 200 milligrams of calcium sulfate per liter. So CaSO4 is equal to 200 milligrams per liter. Calculate hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. So what is the formula? So formula is equal to 200 milligrams divided by its molecular weight 136, as I have written over here already, just to save some time, multiplied by 100. So this will be equal to 147.05 milligrams per liter. So this will be the calcium, this will be the hardness equivalent to calcium carbonate scale. So this is in milligram per liter. So in the earlier here it has been asked degree Clark and degree French in ppm. So 1 milligram per liter is equal to 1 ppm is equal to 0.07 degree Clarks is equal to 0.1 degree French, right? So milligrams, how much milligrams we are having? 147.05. Same is the ppm. This is milligram per liter, and this much 147.05 ppms, and this will be is equal to like multiplied by this. So how much we will get? We will get 147.05 into 0.07. So this will be is equal to 10.29 degree Clark is equal to 14.7 1 degree French. So I think you will be able to understand this numerical problem. These are the answers in different terms. The next numerical problem is how many grams of magnesium chloride dissolved in water will give hardness of 76 ppm. So this is just a kind of reverse calculation. So hardness is given over here. Hardness is equal to 76 ppms, right? So how we are getting this hardness? Hardness is this 76 ppm or milligrams per liter is equal to how much weight has to calculate, and this is just because of this hardness is of magnesium chloride, and the molecular weight of magnesium chloride is 95 multiplied by 100. So in this way one can calculate the weight. So this is 76 multiplied by 95 divided by 100. So what will be the answer now? This is equal to 72.2 ppm, or as the hardness is given in the ppm, so we have weight in ppm, or as 1 ppm is equal to 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per liter. So 72.2 milligrams in a liter, right? So here you can understand this is my 1 liter of solution, and in this if I add 72.2 milligrams of MgCl2, then I will get this much hard water. So in other way you can understand. A water sample has a hardness equivalent for 50 ml of this calcium sulfate. What is the hardness in ppm? So a water sample is given and it has equivalent hardness of this solution. So I hope you understand what we are going to do here. N1V1, that is normality equation, is equal to N2V2. This is my, say, water sample, and this is my calcium sulfate solution. So water sample normality is unknown, multiplied by 500 volume, which is given over here, is equal to 0.1 normal calcium sulfate into 50 ml of calcium sulfate. So here we cancelled out this, and we will get this N1 is equal to 0.1 upon 10 normal, or we will have N by 100 solution for this water sample. Now, what is the hardness in ppm? So, hardness has been asked. So, to calculate the hardness, we can calculate normality into, since we are having normality, so equivalent weight of calcium carbonate. So, you will get N by 100 into 50. So, N by 50 grams per liter, right? 50 grams per liter. Here it is liter. So what you will get? You will get N by 2 grams. Here this is grams per liter. So instead of grams, we are multiplying it by 1000 to have the milligrams, and we will get 500 milligrams per liter, or 500 ppms. Right, so this will be the answer. Next numerical problem is a sample of water on analysis was found to contain this much and this salt. Fine. Calculate the permanent and temporary hardness in degree class. This is degree class. So what one has to do? These are the weights, and simple again find out or draw a table. HCO3 whole twice its weight, which causes hardness 16.2, and its molecular weight, which is given I have written over here, 162. And the next one is calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is 6.8 this is in milligrams per liter, and its molecular weight is 136. The next one is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate is 3.6, and 120, right? So what you have to do, you have to calculate the uh, hardness at calcium carbonate scale first. So to do that, since these are the molecular weights, so 16.2 divided by 162 multiplied by 100. So here we will have this 0 10, right? So 10 milligrams per liter. 6.8 divided by 136 into 100. What will be the answer? This is in this way. And this is 5. So 5 milligrams per liter. The next one is 3.6 upon 120 into 100. So in this way, this is 3. So 3 milligrams per liter. And the answer will be permanent and temporary hardness. It has been asked. So permanent hardness is caused by these two and temporary hardness is caused by these. Here we can write down. So 10 ppm or milligrams per liter is the temporary hardness. In degree clerks, what we have to do, we have to multiply it by this much to convert it into degree clerks. So this will be is equal to 0.7 degree clerks, right? And the permanent hardness will be 5 plus 3, 8. So 8 milligrams per permanent hardness is equal to 8 milligrams per liter or 8 into 0.07 degree clerks. So this will be equal to 0.56 degree clerk. Now the problem number 6. In this problem, given is a 100 ml sample of water requires this ml of 0.02 molar EDTA solution for titration using idiochrome black tea as indicator. Fine. So first we will make one equation out of this statement. How we are going to? So this is the solution. Water sample and EDTA, right? So normality equation we will write down N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2 or M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. So here molarity is given. So second equation is applicable for this. So here 100 ml of water sample, which normality we have to calculate, 13.5 ml of 0.02 molar EDTA. So what will be the molarity for this water sample? So here it will be calculated by this manner. So this is the molarity, right? So in this way, this is the molarity. So now we will read it further. Another 100 ml of water from the same source was boiled. So here I think you understand what it want to say. So after boiling, if we are going to titrate this, then it means we remove the temporary hardness from this water sample. So this is the total hardness. This is we are getting total hardness. So total hardness is equal to molarity into molecular weight of calcium carbonate, right? So here molarity is 13.5 into 0.02 divided by 100 into molecular weight is in grams per liter. So if we convert it into milligrams, so what we have to do? I have to multiply it again 1000 to convert it into milligrams per liter. So here you just remember this. So 100 cancel out by this 100, and if we remove all these decimals, so this 3 will be cancelled out by this, and this will be is equal to 270. Fine. Milligrams per liter or 270 ppm. So total hardness for this water sample is equal to 270 ppm, right? The next part is the permanent hardness. Since we removed the temporary hardness, so what we are going to calculate for this water sample is the permanent hardness only. So in the second part, 100 ml of this sample after boiling requires, so molarity is not known to us, 6 ml of 0.02 molar EDTA. Okay, so molarity from here we can calculate is equal to 6 into 0.02 molar divided by 10 ml, 100 ml. I will make it over here. So 6 into 0.02 divided by 100 multiplied by 100 which is the molecular weight of calcium carbonate in grams per liter, multiplied by 1000 to convert it into milligrams per liter as I did for this. So here in short I am doing this. So here is the, after removal of decimals, 20 will be cancelled out by this 20, 6 2s are 12 into 10, so 120 ppm. So this is the permanent hardness, right? So what has been asked here, calculate the total hardness. So total hardness we have calculated, permanent hardness we have calculated over here. Now it has been asked carbonate hardness. So carbonate hardness means temporary hardness. So what is the formula for total hardness? Total hardness will be is equal to, here it is the formula, total hardness is equal to temporary plus permanent. So permanent is 120 and total is how much? 270 minus 120 is equal to temporary or carbonaceous hardness. So temporary hardness or carbonate hardness is equal to 150 milligrams per liter, or in ppm. This is in milligrams per liter. Milligrams per liter, right? So in this way one can calculate all these values. So the next numerical problem is, this is somewhat tricky. So this is important. 1 gram of calcium carbonate was dissolved in dilute HCl and the solution diluted to 1 liter. So here solution will be done stepwise. Here 1 gram water, here amount of calcium carbonate dissolved in 1 liter, 1 gram per liter is given. Fine. So from here we can calculate the normality or molarity of the solution. Since we are using EDTA, and for that it is not easy to calculate the n factors, so usually we do the exercise for EDTA in molarity, right? So molarity one can check. So how we are going to check the molarity? Say 1 liter of solution is this and 1 gram of calcium carbonate is dissolved in this. So how one can calculate the molarity? So the same formula is applied over here. Weight is equal to, I told you earlier, NEV upon 1000, where volume is in milliliters. If I just want to calculate the molarity, then I replace it with molarity into molecular weight into volume, as volume is given in liters, so no need to divide it by 1000, volume in liters. So here replace all the values. This is my 1 gram. Molarity is not known to me. Molecular weight for calcium carbonate is 100. Volume is 1 liter. So molarity will be 1 by 100 for this, 1 by 100 molar for this what calcium carbonate water. Now fine, we know the strength, we know the concentration for this calcium carbonate, and the second part of this numerical says 100 ml of this water solution, this m by 100 solution. So 100 ml of this. Now we are applying m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2 molarity equation. Fine. So 1 by 100 is equal to, requires 90 ml of EDTA solution, 90 ml, but molarity is not known to us. So here we can calculate molarity for EDTA. Will be is equal to, this will be cancelled out by this 1 by 90 molar. This is, in other words, we can say standardization of EDTA. So this is my second part of the numerical. Next, third, also 100 ml of water sample requires 36 ml of sample EDTA solution. So third part says 100 ml of this water sample. Now the water sample is somewhat different. So sorry, M1 is equal to 36 into M by 90. So molarity for this unknown water sample. This is unknown water sample. M1 is equal to 36 divided by 90 divided by 100. Fine. Since no boiling and nothing has to be done, so it will gives us total hardness. And to calculate this total hardness on calcium carbonate scale, what we have to do, molarity into molecular weight of calcium carbonate. This is the formula to determine the strength. So what is the molecular weight, sorry, molarity? Molarity is 36 divided by 90 divided by 100 multiplied by molecular weight of calcium carbonate, which is 100. Sorry, yeah, this is in grams per liter. So to convert it into milligrams, what we have to do? We have to multiply it by 1000. Again, this is in milligrams now. So this 100 is divided by this 100. This 0 is cancelled out by this. And this 9 divides this by 4. So we will get 400 milligrams per liter of total hardness. So the next part of this question is, the 100 ml water sample on boiling was titrated against 80 ml of EDTA solution. So the fourth part I am writing over here, fourth part is, this is my fourth part, 100 ml and molarity is not known. After boiling, it means removing the temporary hardness. So what is left after removing the temporary hardness from the total hardness is the permanent hardness. So what we are going to calculate? Permanent hardness, right? So 100 ml, 18 ml into 1 by 90 of EDTA. So molarity is 18 into, sorry, 9 divided by 90 divided by this 100, and this is multiplied by molecular weight of calcium carbonate into, I will multiply it in advance by 1000 to convert it into milligrams per liter, as I did in this case. So I am not going to repeat again and again. So this will be cancelled out by this. 18 divided by this 0 is cancelled out by this. 18 into 100 divided by 9 is equal to 200 milligrams per liter. So this is the permanent hardness. Now, so what will be the temporary hardness? Though it is not asked in the question. So this will be is equal to total hardness. This is my total hardness in milligrams per liter. Milligrams per liter minus my permanent hardness, which is 200 milligrams per liter. So will be is equal to 200 milligrams per liter. In the next video, I hope you understand all these numerical problems, and these are the simplest way. We have not used any complex type of calculations. Simply M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2 or N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2, and simply molarity is multiplied by molecular weight, normality is multiplied by equivalent weight. That is the simplest concept to solve all these numerical problems. I hope you understand all these numerical problems. These are very simply solved, and you like this video. Thank you all.